What's going on, people? It's your man, the White B. Once again, big shout out to my dog, Ads Collins, for coming through and boosting up the coin. So, we got some breaking news for the great and washed masses right now regarding Dave Nando's Allen. Yeah, this might be the second to last video I do on this topic. I'll probably do the press conference if it's any good, and then maybe the weigh-in as well. Anywho, let's get to the clips. Dave Allen let slip his weight situation. Now, I'm not going to read too much into it, but let's listen to the clip first. Here we go. Bosh.
Day, all the through I did, got down to about 1810, and that's where I've been for the last 4 weeks now. Between 1810 and 1812. Obviously no takeaways and stuff. I'm not eating nothing majorly salty. My weight has been 1810, 1812. I still think I'll weigh 18.7 next week. I always seem to weigh 2 or 3 pounds lighter. Nerves maybe, going to the toilet more, I'm not sure. But the diet's been good. 10 out of 10 for me, and a strong 8 or 9 out of 10 for anybody. Which for me was probably a 3 billion out of 10, to be fair. But it's gone good. Now in terms of training, I never...
Alright, so there you go. You've heard it there. He says he's around 1810. Now, I don't want to read too much into the weight, like I said earlier. And to be fair, I watched the kind of Matchroom 10-minute documentary they had. And Dave said he buys food now purposefully to throw it away, to build that mental strength, which is good. However, I'm not there. All us man can do, the great and washed, is go by the numbers. And 1810, as per Google, means, wait a minute, that means he weighs 262 pounds at 1810. He says, I might be 18.7, but let's go with 18.10 to start with. What was it again? 262. That puts him, that's not a big weight cut at all. In fact, he's still heavier than, assume he wasn't fit for Fraser Clark, right? But I believe Dave is in good shape, but the weight is just a bit crazy, right? 18.10, let's go with 18.7. The lowest possibility, and that's easy because it's 8.5 stone, so the conversion won't get messed up. 18.7 is 259. 259 is still above Johnny Fisher 1 by 2 pounds. It's still above Bruschetta by 4 pounds. It's up there with what he's always been. I don't understand it. He was 240 against Dave Price. Yeah, it was 6 years ago. How much? Almost 30 pounds, isn't it? He was 241 against David Price. Listen, he didn't look great in there anyway, so maybe I'm wrong. But even his trainer said, when you're lighter, it's done now anyway. End of the day, man, there's no point in crying over spilt milk. For whatever reason, he's 260 still. Could that be a bad thing? Not necessarily. At the start of the fight, in the early rounds, it might help him take a better shot. At the same time, that makes you slower. Yeah? I think Caballero, when he fought Makhmudov, he might have been around 260, so there's precedent for it. Let's have a quick look. Where are we? Caballero. Oh no, Caballero was 241. Oh yeah, Caballero's 241, that's where he fights at. And that is the point I'm trying to make, really. I didn't know that. Why did I think Caballero was around 260? Either way, this is what I'm saying, man. Caballero and Dave Allen really have a similar build. That stocky build, slow feet. 240, that's what I've been saying, man. Yeah? Caballero fought Zhang at 240, Frank Sanchez at 238, and Makhmudov at 241. Dave don't need to be more than 250, man, but whatever. He 260. At least. Could be 262. Right. I'm not going to keep banging on about it. I don't know why this guy can't be 10, 20 pounds lighter, to tell the truth. I still see shades of the gut. Let's all listen. Makhmudov is leaky deaky. It might not matter so much. But we saw in Fisher 1, he was puffing. Now he says he's done more running. Is it possible he's just conditioned that weight? Dave's not a big guy though. You've seen AJ. Naturally genetically leaner, but you've seen him at 237. You know what I mean? It's like that. Remember Fury versus Usyk too. He was like 285. It's just Bacoli, another one. Relatively, Bacoli's a big old stiff idiot, right? He probably carries that weight a little better. Although, no, proportionately speaking, 280 for Bacoli is probably like 260 for Dave. Does that make sense? So I don't know what the deal is. Allegedly he's eating right. This is his shape here. Dave's never looked bad from the front, to be fair. It's never been the front angle that's not done him justice. It's the side angle. This is fake news, man. This is misleading. I need the side profile, man. But listen, if he says he's 260, that tells us he fought Fisher in his last fight at 265. So he's basically lost a little bit here, a little bit there, give or take. Hopefully it won't matter. My money's with Dave. My spirit's with Dave. Eggy Hearn's come out and said, if Dave clips or beats Makhmudov, he's in the running for Wilder or an AJ fight. And we're going to move to this now, but Dave himself, psychologically speaking, weight or not, the most important thing here for me is Dave and his mind. And that is a positive note. The weight, not so positive. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you, man, that it's the best thing ever. I'd have preferred to see maybe 240 is extreme. 250 would have showed me, okay, that's the lightest you've weighed in since when? Since the Dave Price fight. But look, he fought Lucas Brown at 244. That was his best fight to date, outside of Fisher. Then he fought Dave Price at 241. He must have been in shape for the Dave Price fight, but I think a lot of it's in his head. And that was probably one of Dave Price's best nights of his life, to be fair. But either way. Yeah, anyway. We were talking about Dave Allen's mentality, I believe. And how that really is the most important thing. And I'm getting good vibes from this. The weight is leave it. It's a little bit leave it. But the mind, he seems to be maturing. So bolibus or not, coming in a bit heavy or not, this could be the difference. Makhmudov's going to be hard for 3 or 4 rounds. I don't even think Dave should go in there and try and tear it with him. He can almost play a possum. However, there's pros and cons to that, isn't there? If you go in there and play a possum, he can put you in your box a little bit. You've got to be in the fight. Because Makhmudov, unlike Fisher, can punch, I reckon. If Fisher hits you, man, I don't think you can punch. But if Makhmudov hits you, I think you can punch. And that might be like, oh, I'm feeling this now. Should Dave start early? Certainly the first 2 rounds, I'd just almost lose them. How long is this fight? This fight is a 12-rounder as well. When was the last time Dave did 12? Ooh. Dave ain't done 12 since. It's been a minute. Wow. In fact, the last time Dave did 12 was 2017 in a split decision loss against Lemroy Thomas. 8 years ago. That's scary. I remember that fight at the time. Madness, ain't it? 8 years ago. Damn near a decade. That was the last time he completed 12 rounds. So, it's one of them ones. Makhmudov, though, he's similar. I don't think he's ever done 12. Let's have a look. Yeah, Makhmudov has literally not even once completed 12 rounds. His biggest feat is a 10-round unanimous decision against Carlos Takam. So both of these dudes, and I actually think the pro side of doing rounds, it does weigh with Allen. His style, his experience. I'm not sure. Makhmudov's never really been in a hard fight that's been stretched out. Dave knows what that's like. He's been in there with David Price, for example, and had his punched right in. Makhmudov, he's either knocking you out in 2 rounds or he's blown his load and he's on a big heap in the floor. Dave does have, for me, more composure than Makhmudov. I need to watch that Takam fight as well back to see how he performed, because he did a 10-rounder with Takam back in 2022. So I need to see how leaky deaky he was in the back rounds. If I remember correctly, Makhmudov did kind of fall off in them last 3 or 4 rounds, which is where Dave, if he's fit, I hope he's fit. It's possible you can condition a big heifer. In theory, I guess. He can't be like Fisher 2. Fisher 1. Fisher 2, oh, YB, he knocked him out. What was it, round 5? Oh, he splasted him in round 5. That's good. Well done. What we don't know is, like Fisher 1, Dave had a great round 5. And in the next rounds, he's winning most of them, I believe. But then there wasn't that gear. Fisher was gagging to have, come on, man. Fisher was ready to go. And I believe, Fisher's got heart. He can't box, but he's got heart. Makhmudov, you're going to have to put something on him, man. If it turns into a you go, I go, That Nathanda Ali and us about him, looking at the floor and bowling his hand over. Dave's a little bit cute though. Listen, I got Dave here. I got Dave by hook or by crook. Anyway, I'm gonna get these quotes here from Dave, which inspired me even more so. I want to put some more bread on Dave, to be fair. Here's the bars.
Gone perfectly well. Couldn't be any better. And that's about it. That's gone perfectly well. Couldn't be any better. On the scales, I probably still look like a fat piece of shit, but that's genetics, I'm afraid. I don't look great. I look...
Sorry, I just want to talk about this as well, Dave. Oh, yeah, it's genetics. It's not genetics, bro. Yeah, because you was 240. Yeah, it was 8 years ago, or however long it... No, it wasn't 8 years ago, was it? However long ago it was... Where was it? 240... No, sorry, 6 years ago, since he was 240. Genetics don't change that much. How old is he? 32? It'll get a little bit harder, like maybe he's 245, but 33 years old, you shouldn't be like 20. How many pounds was it? 20 pounds. Yeah, I don't think it's genetics, man. Is he arguing he's been cutting calories, but his body's just clinging on to it? Anecdotally, I've heard that's possible. But that's why really you need to stay in. I'm trying to think. What shape? I don't know what he's done then. He's basically fought Fisher at 265. Put weight on and lost. This is what we talked about after the Fisher 2 fight. We said, stay on it. Make improvements from the base. Now, Dave alleges he's been training the whole time. He said he more or less got back into camp after Fisher 2. I don't know how the weight fell off, though, to be fair, if he's doing his diet. Now, it's not the end of the world, as we saw with Fisher 2. But I have to admit, if it don't go right for Dave, is £10 going to make a difference? Oh, maybe it's not all about the weight. I'd rather lose at 245, bone dry. That's what I'd rather lose at. That really would tell me, okay. If he was 245, even 250, that would tell me, okay, he's made a serious change. We haven't seen him this low for 7 years. Coming in, more or less, look, the facts are, Dave's weighed in lighter, yeah, than the first Fisher fight. That's the truth. I'm not going to sit here and... You can't make a story about it. Dave, in December 2024, weighed less than he's predicting he'll weigh for this fight. So in 9 months of alleged serious hard work, he's put weight on. When in that Fisher 1 fight, he weren't supposed to be taking that easy. Sorry, he wasn't supposed to be taking that serious. He said after Fisher 1, yeah, I ain't been taking it serious. So now, 9 months later of serious work, he put weight on. Is it muscle? The classic one. Is he big boned? He's big bone, man. He's put his muscle in his bones weigh a lot, man. End of the day, I don't know, man. But listen, here's the good bars from Dave.
Look great with a t-shirt or a vest on. You'll know I'm in shape because my face and my shoulders and my arms and my belly. It is what it is. I've been a fat bastard for too long and I can't get shut of some of the fat that's on my hips. But I don't really care. But yeah, 5 week is round the corner and I'm in the mood. Not always the case, but I'm a bit more mature now. I'm fighting. There's a hell of a lot on the line for both of us. But if I win this one, I think I'm a top 20 heavyweight in the world. Genuine, bona fide, very, very good heavyweight. And no one could say that I wasn't. So this means a lot to me. The money's great, but I'd rather fucking beat him for nothing.
So that bit there, Dave throughout this video admits that, well, you just heard him say, my head hasn't always been in it, which we know. My head hasn't always been in it, but it's in it this time. Again, we won't know until the fight's over. He doesn't even necessarily have to win for us to see that his head was in it. That said, he seems a lot more calm now. And you heard him say there, the money's great. And Dave loved money. Yeah, he loved them horses. That's where his money's going. He loved the horses. That said, he wants to win for free. There's something powerful in that. A lot of these mercenary cats, like Tyson Fury, I'd argue now. AJ, he's just got no chin. I like AJ, but he's got no chops. It don't matter how much he wants it. He gets popped on it, he's in trouble. So forget about him. But Tyson Fury, for example, for a long time, it's been a long time, probably Wilder 3 maybe, that was the last time you really saw him want to win. That makes sense. It's hard. They say it's hard. You can't keep going back to that well. Yeah? Whether Fury's had the best career or not, it is hard going to that place where you're disregarding everything for the W. Now, the good thing about Dave is he really hasn't been to that place in his whole career. He's never really said, I'm having this one. So he should, in theory, have... Yeah, he's had a lot of hard sparring rounds. Yeah, he's had a lot of hard fights. But he's never really been in a winning position and been prepared to do it for nothing. I'm doing this, yeah? I'm digging my teeth into it. Name me a fight he's done that in. Lucas Brown, come on, man. Yeah? Big Daddy Brown, no. That was... I mean, looking back, you can say, well, he was the underdog. Come on, man. Lucas Brown was Lucas Brown. This is the first fight where... And Fisher was Fisher as well. He wasn't expected to win. He was 10-1 under as well in that first one. But still... what's my point? It was winnable. That's why I put money on it. Yeah? You can't tell me that Fisher 1 or Fisher 2 was him going to the well. Name me a fight Dave Allen's gone to the well from a winning position point of view. I can't think of one. Yeah? So this is the time. Really, Dave only has to really perform it. In all of his career, if he bottles every fight after this one, if he turns up for this one and gets it done, he's laughing. Then he gets Wilder or AJ. And he's set for life at that point. So he just got... And he sounds like he's on it, man. I believe in him. I think the confidence from Fisher 1 and Fisher 2, whilst they may not directly apply to Makhmudov, although, I mean, Fisher's can't box and he allegedly can punch a bit. It's a bit of a brawler-esque type dude. So there are similarities. But Fisher's brand spanking new and green. Yeah. What was my point there? Fisher is brand spanking new. Makhmudov is a big stiff idiot. I can't remember my bars now, man. I keep forgetting my bars, man. Kabbalah keeps zapping the bars out of my head. Yeah, the Fisher one, that was winnable. He didn't go to no well. He won them, but he won them more or less comfortable. Like the first one was robbery, but whatever. He was in his comfort zone. You can't tell me at any point in either of them two fights, even when Fisher was teeing off in the first 4 rounds of the first one, it was like a schooling almost. It was like Dave was in there. Dave was the experienced pro. In fact, I bet if you watched the sparring from when they first sparred, it was like that. Yeah? Dave's the experienced pro and he's having a move around with some kid who's coming up. Yeah? That makes sense. That's what it was like. There's no well there. Now we see. Maybe, I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I won't be shocked at all if Dave tucks up and does a catch and counter and catches Makhmudov. Makhmudov is a big proper idiot though. He's big. And that left hook, he's gonna have to find it somewhere. It's quite hard hooking to a big tall guy, but his feet are Makhmudov's feet are stiff, his legs are everywhere, his hands are everywhere. Dave's an experienced vet. He should be able to with the right mindset. I'd argue Makhmudov's worse than Price. Price was, people say it's chinny or whatever, but his fundamentals were more or less there or thereabouts. Good jab. Makhmudov is gonna be super uncoordinated and just step in and wing his right hand over, which opens opportunities up if you screw your head on. Now, if you come in there and you don't fancy it, it might be a long night. I don't think Dave Allen gets stopped, but I think it could be like he puts his earmuffs on, he gets a bit tight. This is the risk here from Dave Allen's point of view. He puts his earmuffs on and goes into that sparring partner mode. Dave's renowned for that. Price is a good example of it. He goes into the I'll be a heavy bag mode and it'll be hard to stop me type situation. And really we should be able to tell that. Certainly halfway through, certainly 4 or 5 rounds in, it should be pretty evident what's going on with Dave, in my opinion. If in round 5 we haven't seen okay, he's alive, it could be one of them. Anyway.
But yeah, on it, camp gone perfectly well. If I win, great. If I don't, I can live with myself. I'm not good enough, and that's fine. I'm alright with that, to be honest. But we'll know next Saturday. So I'm looking forward to it, and yeah, bit of cold at the minute, as you probably can tell, but that'll be gone next week. Buzzing, I've got it this week. Everyone's got cold. Is what it is. I'm up for it, really up for it. I'm on it and fit. Never been fitter or better as a pro, not even close. The Brown fight, the Lennon Thomas rematch, doesn't even come close. I may have looked better then, but I don't not the same mindset or the same. I'm a man now, as well. So I'm looking forward to it.
So Dave even addresses it there as well. I might have looked better back then at 240, but my mind, and that is the bottom line here. You could be 220 and ripped like a dog. If you ain't screwed your head on, I'd rather take someone at 260 with their head screwed on. Ideally, I'd rather have someone at 240 with their head screwed on, but whatever. We'll take 260 with your head screwed on. He's looking forward to it, although it has to be said. But listen, he's built some credit with me. Fisher 1 and 2, he's built some credit, so we have to give him that. But it does have to be said. Yeah. Before the prize fight, I'm not sure I was gambling at the time, but before the prize fight, I think I've, at least spiritually, maybe some coins. I think I had it on Dave, because Dave was talking about Dave's renowned for this. He's renowned for having the best camp ever, kind of thing. I think even in both Fisher fights, he said the same thing, and then after the fight, he says, well, I didn't do this, didn't do that. But victories will kind of mask those situations up. Hopefully, it's not a fitness issue. If he loses, hopefully he loses cold. Not personal against him, but for his sake. Hopefully he gets clipped and it's like, well, I got hit, rather than I didn't have no gas. What was it? What fight was it? Was it the first one or second one? I'm not sure. It might have been both, but certainly in one of the fights with Fisher, Dave said, yeah, I wanted to stick it on him, but I didn't have no gas. Or in the second fight, yeah, I started off slow because I was building into it. I felt a bit heavy, to be honest. You see what I mean? So hopefully he wins and or he loses, not because he bulbous. Yeah, my prediction is though. I've seen the odds. I think. I like Dave either way, but I can see Dave clipping him. You know, I can see Dave clipping him mid to late rounds. I really can. And if Dave really is fit, this fight could look similar to Caballero versus Makhmudov. Negotiate the first 2-3 rounds, and then start laying it on thick. If Dave's fit, I'd love to see one thing we've never seen in Dave's career before. Which, if what he's saying is true about his best training camp ever, I'd love to see him let his hands go. Even with Fisher, once his hands are going, he's dangerous. But them first 4 rounds in the second fight, you can say, oh, it's a strategy, and fair play if it was, but he does start very, very slow. Even someone like Canelo, he might take a round or 2 off at the start. But he's always quite menacing, and he's letting you know he's there. Dave has a habit of literally doing almost nothing. So I'd love to see Dave's hands going earlier, round 3 or 4, start getting them going. Or even, I mean, Canelo wins some of the first rounds as well. You don't have to be punching loads necessarily, but pop, put that right hand on the back, right hook, yeah, slap it into him. Just let him know. Canelo would plod around for probably, I'd say. Canelo, yeah, he plods around, and then once every 30 seconds, he'll go pop, bang. That kind of shtick. Every 30 seconds, I'm letting something off. That's all they'd need to do in the early rounds. And then when Makhmudov's all leaky-deaky and his legs are crossing over, at the halfway mark, you start walking onto him like the beach in Normandy. Yeah? Take it, that's what you do, man. You give it to him. Touching him up and down like a heavy bag. Yeah? All them moody James Toney drills you've been doing, rocking and rolling, you get in it on after 6, yeah, I want to see you on his arse, man. I don't want to see you plodding around. I want to see you right on top of his chest. Makhmudov can't fight on the inside. He's a bit like Wilder in that sense. He relies on you waiting for him to whack you. Makhmudov is is a mid-range brawler. If you're on top of him, he's too uncoordinated and he's a bit too big and long. You've got to be right on top of him. Whereas Dave, traditionally, that's how Dave Price fight went left for him. Dave Price has better footwork and a better jab, but still, Dave has a habit of, even in Fisher, both the Fisher fights, win, lose or draw, Dave gets caught in that mid-range. I don't think he's that effective there, naturally. Slow feet, high guard. You got to be on top of someone. And that's another thing, Dave. Don't be doing that thing where you put your left hook up, or you put your left arm up around someone's neck. Makhmudov's too big for you to do that, I think, but I didn't like that with Fisher. Rather than dig the left hook in, Dave he goes round and then hangs it on someone's shoulder. OIB, he's old man in him. Just dig that left hook in, man. If you can get your arm around his neck, just put the left hook in there. Let him feel something. Anywho, salute to Dave. We with you, brother. We're gonna have 50 large on the line, so please don't do me wrong, man. Don't do me wrong. We got this, bro. Go in there, totally ferocious, in the ring and out, and give it to him. Heavy back time. That's what it should look like. This should look like Makhmudov versus Caballero 2. Seriously. That's what's fixing to happen for Makhmudov. Smash the like button, subscribe. Check out my Patreon, man. We got a whole bunch of content over here, man. Woo 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 woo. Yeah, cancel that Amazon Gime. Cancel that HBO rubbish. Yeah? J-Flix, cancel that rubbish, man. Put my $3 in my pocket, man, for the put on. Yeah? Get locked in here. Political content, all the X-rated things you can't talk about on JTube. Stop playing with me, man. Johnny.